Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to JWE Monday Night Jayromoda. Tonight we're in Superior, Wisconsin, where we are just under 2 weeks away from our next PLE of the year, the Elimination Chamber. With it just around the corner, our superstars have very little time to prepare themselves. Can Akechi keep his winning streak as he faces off against the Ultimate Robot? Can Jin make himself prime contender for the championship belt yet again, or will it be Armstrong getting those honors? Get a night for nothing but superior drama, because this is Jayromoda. And here we go, starting off our night with a women's heavyweight or women's universal championship matchup. Introducing first, it is the Jewel of Morardane.
From the Queen City,
It is Lady Brighid. And her opponent, it is the intergalactic bounty hunter herself. It is Samus Aran. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of an uphill battle for Brighid. Honestly, all of her matches are, but this one especially. Considering that Samus is on a pretty good form as of late. And Brighid hasn't seen much ring action this year. Just kind of how scheduling works out and whatnot. And, I mean, whenever she does enter the ring, she does make it worthwhile as Brighid hits a nice running clothesline off the Irish whip. And going for the immediate pin, there's one. Samus kicks out. Yeah, Brighid not really, she's more quality over quantity. Although, you know, her win-loss record doesn't really show that. But Brighid starting off strong with the assault against Samus, forcing her to crawl into the corner. And a corner alley-oop powerbomb. Rolling Samus back onto her back. And a knee to the thigh, and again. And once more just for good measure. Stomp to the wrist, and knee to the spine. Samus rolling out. Brighid with a crossbody. Samus finally kicking out. I was about to say that she's I don't know, looks a little bit out of it right now. But of course, right when I was about to say that, Samus with the reversal, the triple gut-wrenching suplexes. And looking to toss Brighid back inside the ring, but Brighid instead the one tossing Samus back inside the ring. Referee had a 5 count, but both women back inside. Yeah, wasn't really much drama there. Samus with the open palm, ground and pound. This time the closed fist, ground and pound, finds its way through. Soccer ball kick to the stomach, looking for the stomp. And tackling Brighid down to the mat. Brighid kicking out. And now a crescent moon headlock that Samus immediately fights out of. Samus with the Irish whip. And a running tackle, not quite a spear. Moonsault, springboard back elbow. Trying to pick Brighid up, but Brighid instead takes Samus down. Irish whip into a spinning tornado punch that connects. But having to waste a little bit of time dragging Samus away from the ropes, allowing Samus to recover. There's one, there's two, and Samus kicks out. Brighid knocking or spearing Samus off the apron. Both women back to the outside. And Brighid tossing Samus into the barricade. And now slamming her face into the mat. Referee back up to 4. Telling them to get back inside the ring. Brighid ignoring the referee. The neck breaker. Looking for the stomp. Samus rolling out of the way. And Samus throwing Brighid into the ring post. There's 7. Brighid tossing Samus back into the barricade. There's 8. They really need to be careful. Now Brighid, the one sending Samus into the ring post. There's 9, and I don't think Samus knows where she is. I don't think she knows what the count is. And yeah, that's going to be a count out. A little bit underhanded from Brighid, but I mean, Samus, she had to get back into the ring. It's partially her fault as well. And for our first tag team matchup of the evening, introducing first, making their way to the ring with Futaba Sakura. It is Anta Kamaki and Haru Okumura, the Diamonds. And their opponents. It is Pyra and Mithra with Rex. They are the double-edged blades. Here go Haru and Mithra, the first inside the ring. Referee rings a bell, and hopefully these tag team matches go better than last week's, because, yeah, that wasn't the most fun. Mithra rolling out of the way of the dropping punch. Mithra sending Haru into the corner on a spear. Stomp to the knee, and again, but Haru fighting her way out of the corner. Grabbing Mithra by the back of the hair, punch to the chest. And another reversed Irish whip, sending Haru back into the corner. Mithra with a stomp to the chest. Mithra forcing Haru back up to her feet, tossing her into the corner. Slugging right hand, and again, and a third time, sending Haru tumbling down to the mat. Single shoulder suplex. And here's a pin attempt. There's one. Haru kicks out. And neither team really have to worry too much. It's not their... Is it their turn to fight for the championship belt? Because it was... Double Eclipse at Money in the Bank, and then double Jayromoda at... No, it was double Jayromoda at Money in the Bank, double Eclipse at Extreme Rules, I think. Anyway, both fire users are in the ring as Pyra sends on into the corner. No, I don't know, I'll have to take a look at the schedule. I'm not sure if it's the men or the women who are fighting for the champion, or for the tag team belts for Eclipse, or excuse me, for Jayromoda. I mean, either, really. As Pyra sends on tumbling to the outside, knocking her off the top rope. And Pyra easily turning this into a 2-on-1 and winning. Corkscrew arm drag from the top rope, sending Haru back down to the mat on the outside. But on with a running elbow. Pyra blocking the clothesline. Irish whip sending Pyra into the barricade. Stomping arm breaker. There's a 5 count. Panthers back in. And Pyra's focusing too much on Haru. Panthers on the outside, knocking Mithra off the apron. And now Pyra with a tackle. Both women finally back inside the ring as Pyra climbs up top. On looking to knock her off, but Pyra avoiding the punch only to send herself flying. On sending Pyra into the corner. And a baton pass sending Haru back in. Uppercut to the stomach, but Pyra with a reversal. Pyra turning Haru around face first. Into the turnbuckle, uppercut to the stomach, turning her around face first again. And a third time. And now tagging in Mithra. Double shoulder tackle. And the original two back inside the ring facing off against each other. Haru with a reversal. Mithra with the reversal on the Irish whip, but Haru catching the kick. And Haru finally gaining a semblance of advantage. Hammer punches to the spine, forcing Mithra back up to her feet. Not quite done with her yet. sending her into the corner. Strong right hand sending on back in. Another baton pass, kick to the stomach. But Mithra with the reversal. And now walking on to the corner. Wrist clutch. Top rope Hurricane Rana. And on, climbing to the outside, Mithra just staring her down. But on with the reversal, fighting her way out. Mithra sending her into the double-edged blades corner, but on fighting out. Corkscrew double knee facebuster. There's one, there's two, and Mithra kicks out. Mithra rolling out of the way, tackling onto the ground, ground and pound. And preventing the tag out. Elbow to the back of the neck. It's gotta hurt. And a gut-wrenching single shoulder suplex into a bottom rope moonsault. And Pyro tagged back in. Two pyrokinetics once again fighting in the ring. Thank you, Rex. Very cool. There's one, not even a 2 count, as On kicks out. Pyro sending On into the corner. Uppercut to the stomach, tagging Mithra back in. And a golden spear from the top rope. Rex cheering his 2 blades on. As Mithra looks to pin On. Haru breaks it up. Mithra just chasing chasing Haru out of the ring. Suplex catching the bottom rope. Mithra forcing On back up to her feet. And sending her head first into the side of the ring. Not quite done. Irish whip. And a trip. And now to the top rope, but no Haru playing defense. So Mithra recalculating, this time middle rope moonsault attempted. But On, given enough time, saved by her teammate, rolls out of the way. And speaking of roll, there's a rolling neck snap. Irish whip sending Mithra into the corner, but Mithra elbowing out. The takedown, the ground and pound. And On is forced to tag out. Haru with the Hurricane Rana toss, rolling Mithra onto her back, going for the pin, but Pyra saving the pinfall. Knee breaker into the dragon screw. And Mithra with bouncing Haru's head off the canvas, kick to the spine. And a suplex. Haru taken out. And Mithra, I think she was looking for a clothesline, but instead hits a bulldog. And On with a snap suplex. Panther dragging Mithra away from the ropes. And now locking in the headlock. Trying to make Mithra tap. Pulling back, cranking on the neck and releasing the hold. Because of course she would release the hold. Irish whip into the corner. And a suplex. Neither woman really looking better for wear. Mithra the first back up to her feet only because she rolled out. And Mithra with a nice arm drag reversal. Making her way back to the corner, tagging in Pyra. Pyra with a spinning double back heel kick. Running. Looking for the elbow drop, missed. And another baton pass between the two diamonds. Irish whip, pop-up, double back body drop. And now Haru with the pin attempt. There's one, there's two. Pyra kicks out. Haru with the back elbows. Forcing Pyra back up to her feet. Irish whip. And Pyra elbowing out. Crossbody from Pyra. Forcing Haru back up. Sending Haru into the corner, tagging in Mithra. And another golden spear. I think that's what the art name from Xeno 2 is. I forget. There's one, there's two, and Haru gets saved by On. Haru somehow the one actually to her feet instead of Mithra. And now tagging On back in. And now Panther with a pin attempt. There's one, there's two, and Mithra kicks out. Double knees and the insult to injury. Pin attempt again. Pyra's going to break it up. And Haru's back in. Big advantage for the Diamonds. All they need to do is keep Pyra out of the ring, and that's going to be very difficult to do because the AI in this game is not super intelligent, but Haru with a power bomb. Mithra's gonna kick out. Irish whip. And Mithra with a suplex, and yeah, there's Pyra back inside the ring. Haru, you had one job and you failed. Double leg drop kick to the spine. Pyra rolling Haru onto her back, going for the pin. There's one, there's two, and Haru barely forces her way out. Tagging Mithra back in. And another double back by drop. Mithra with a knee. Forcing Haru back up. And a suplex for good measure. And now Futaba trying to distract Mithra. And it kind of works. Haru's back in the ring. But Mithra with the double foot Pele kick. Should have gone for the pin, Mithra. Over the shoulder suplex. Mithra should go. You should be going for the pin. Haru picking up Mithra over the shoulder. Scoop slam. And into the corner. There's Panther being tagged back in. Neither team successful in preventing a tag out. And here we go, Panther going for the pin. Pyro's gonna break it up. Ref, really, you need to get, control of the match. Panther, why? Pyro was not an issue. Should have just stayed in the ring. Should have just recovered. I mean, I guess you're keeping Pyro down, but anyway, there's a running elbow. And a falling arm breaker into an armbar. Panther, you know what you need to do. Do not release the hold. Headlock. Applied. And Mithra's gonna tap out. That's why I said, don't release the hold. And a rare tag team win by submission. I mean, a rare win by submission at all this year because, well, the game is fundamentally broken. But even more rare in tag team matches. Well done on. That's what happens when you prevent a tag out. It's not that hard. And for our third matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the Dark Lord of Destruction, Gundham Tanaka. And this is going to be a nice match between two rivals. Well, two former rivals. I guess they still technically are in a rivalry, even though it's not official. I mean, there is not an ounce of good blood between the two of them. And his opponent coming to play, it is Leon Kuwata.
And his opponent from Japan, weighing in
Here go Gundham and Leon. Referee rings a bell and they both run towards each other. Leon jumping over Gundham, turning around, elbow to the back of the neck. That is one way to start a match. Leon with a stomp to the bridge and those stomp to the back of the head. And again. And Leon with the early advantage, looking for an early 5. Knuckle or shuffler. 5 knuckle shuffle connects. Leon up top. Telling Gundham to get back up to his feet. And looking for the RKO on the top rope, but Gundham with the reversal, sending Leon sending Gundham to the outside. And I forgot to mention, but this is technically a Falls Count Anywhere match. Not technically, no, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match. And Gundham with a neck breaker. And headbutting Leon in the corner, looking to kick, or looking to stomp, but Leon kicking out. Turning Gundham around. Gut-wrenching single shoulder suplex. Leon in one corner, Gundham in the other. Leon with a clothesline to the back, pushing him down, going for the pin. There's 1. Gundham kicks out. Leon again with a 5. Knuckle shuffle. Stomp to the spine. Leon with an elbow to the face. Forcing Gundham back up to his feet. Irish whip. Stabbing underneath, jumping over, kick to the stomach. And a kick right to the spine. And now lights are out. Gundham taking advantage of the chaos, appearing behind Leon, whose jacket is a little bit bugged right now. There it is. But Leon tossing, dumping Gundham over the top rope. And Leon catching the kick. We don't have to worry about a count out because, well, again, this is a Falls Count Anywhere. Gundham sending Leon back down, forcing him up. And tossing him into the corner. And Leon with the reversal, sending Gundham into the ring. Or, excuse me, into the apron. Over the shoulders, looking for the attitude adjuster, but Gundham elbowing out. Sling blade along the outside, Gundham going for the pin. There's 1, Leon kicks out. You know what I just thought of? It would be really cool if, not this game because they stopped updating 24, I'm pretty sure. But if 25 or hell 26 on the PlayStation, on the new gen, if they allowed like pin attempts along the outside, if they're like right next to the ring, if the superstars could like use the apron as leverage, or if they could use the barricades as like pin leverage. Would that physically work? I'm not sure, but it would be cool. Gundham going for another pin, but Leon kicks out before the referee could even begin the count. Gundham sending Leon for a run again, looking for the elbow, but being blocked by the barricade. Or like if they used the stairs as leverage or something. Leon with the reversal. Over the shoulder, tossing Gundham into the steel steps. Stomp to the upper arm, forcing Gundham back up to his feet. And again, just tossing him from one side of the ring side to the other. And just abusing Gundham with the stomps. Picking him up. And setting him down with a powerbomb. There's the pin attempt. There's one. There's two. Gundham kicks out. Man with an elbow drop. Forcing Gundham back up. Turning him around. Chicken wing facebuster. Rolling him up. Another pin attempt. There's one. There's two. And Gundham Tanaka kicks out. And Leon, over the shoulders, looking for the attitude adjuster, but Gundham again fighting his way out. Double wrist clutch, knee to the face. And Leon with the reversal, sending Gundham running. Gut-wrenching deadlift. Scoop bomb. Not even a slam, that was a bomb. But Gundham still kicking out. We have made one full lap around the ring. Gundham going for the pin. There's one. Leon kicks out. Gundham with a falling neck breaker. And now Gundham just spitting in Leon's face. Soccer ball kick to the side of the head, and here's the pin. There's one, there's two, and Leon kicks out. And now Gundham lining up his finisher, kick to the stomach. Looking for the demon drop, but Leon fights out. So Gundham has to do a demon drop without setting it up. Here's the pin, there's one, there's two, and Leon gets his shoulder up. My God. And now Gundham with a guillotine headlock. And Leon fights his way out. Thought that was going to be a bridging pin attempt. Leon with a monkey flip. Honestly, not surprised that Gundham couldn't put the submission away. He's not really known for his submission prowess. Leon sending Gundham face first into the barricade with that, or excuse me, face first into the apron with that chicken wing. There's one, there's two, and Gundham Tanaka does not kick out. That was one hell of a match.
Here is your winner, the Rockstar, Leon Kuwata.
And you know, Leon, he's showing that despite, you know, not being champion, he is still someone to you know, to worry about, because he is good. He is very, very good. And here we go for our second tag team match of the evening. It's a match between two teams who already don't like each other. Introducing first, will the hair glitch persist? Probably. It is Rex. It is Zeke Von Genbu. Oh no, they have their normal hair color. It is The Heroes of Chaos.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 360 pounds, the Disciples of Darkness.
And this is a tag team match between two teams who already don't like each other. In the canons, or in the canon of their game, Xenoblade 2. And let's see how that translates to the ring. I mean, this is not the first time that these two teams would have faced off against each other. Certainly won't be the last time. Oh, nope, never mind, the hair glitch is back.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 355 pounds, the Acolytes.
And their opponents. It is Mikhail and Akos. Torna. Here we go, Rex and Akos the first in the ring. And yeah, the hair glitch is back because, you know, this game is broken. Akos immediately with the double downward elbows. And immediately tagging Mikhail in the ring. Mikhail now with a backpack backbreaker, looking for the stomp, but Rex rolling out of the way. Sending Mikhail into the corner. Zeke looking to get a little bit of action, but Mikhail immediately sending him down to the outside. So Rex having to pull double duty. Rex tossing Mikhail into the corner, tagging in Zeke. It looks weird with brown hair. I mean, you can easily fix this 2K. You're just lazy. Mikhail sending Zeke into the corner, but Zeke with a back elbow. I mean, you already have the code for 25. Just put it in here. It's not that hard. Zeke with the corner spears. Stomping a hole in Mikhail's chest. And now forcing him back up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. And an uppercut to the face. Looking for the power bomb, but Mikhail turning that into a reversal. Roll up pin. There's one. Zeke kicks out. Mikhail with the Irish whip. Akos getting a little bit of action. And Mikhail with a DDT. And a sliding basement dropkick for good measure. Zeke rolling to the outside. Mikhail looking for the crossbody, but Zeke stepping out of the way. Mikhail jumping out from behind, grabbing Zeke by the neck. And sending Zeke into the ring post. There's a 4 count. There's 5 as Akos with a DDT. There's 6. But referee has to reset the count because Mikhail And Akos, why is he like? I think that should be grounds for disqualification, honestly. There's a 5, it's going to be reset because Mikhail. Yep, there we go. There's a 1 again. And like nobody, nobody's facing off against who they should. Finally, they meet in the middle of the top, or the north side of the of ringside. And I don't think either team wanted like an actual match. I think they just wanted to beat each other up. There's an 8. This could be a double count out. There's 9. Zeke fights his way out. And yeah, this is probably going to be a double count out. Because nobody knows how to get back inside the ring. Yeah, I think both teams just wanted an opportunity to beat up each other. There was nothing there. There was no structure. There was no rhythm. It was just pure violence. Guys, get back in the fucking ring. And for our next matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the Violet Phantom Thief.
Making her way to the ring, representing Diamond Mine from Tokyo, Japan, the Phantom Violet.
It is Kasumi Yoshizawa. And her opponent. It is one of her main rivals.
And from Tokyo, Japan, Mills Kirijo.
It is Mitsuru Kirijo. And I would say that the women's cruiserweight division is as thus. We have the top 3, Makoto, Mitsuru, and Kasumi. And then everybody else. Like, those 3 are maybe, I guess. Like, 3, maybe 4 in, like, actual championship contention. Refereeing's bell, they meet in the middle with Kasumi immediately running towards the ropes looking for the springboard, but Mitsuru catching her by the neck and a rolling facebuster. It's like, yeah, there really isn't anyone else who's in serious contention for the belt, because, I mean, you have Petroka, who maybe on a good day. You have Laura, who can do well, but not particularly well. Or not particularly, you know. She's not super consistent. You have Pandoria, who, like Laura, is good, just not good enough for championship contention. And who am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anyone. I think it's just those 7. Anyway, Kasumi sending Mitsuru into the corner, looking for a leaping elbow, and that connects. Looking for the stomp, but Mitsuru getting her hands up. And with a reversal. Kasumi rolling out of the way of the punch. Mitsuru with a grapple, but Kasumi elbowing out. Walking Mitsuru to the bottom, to the southern ropes, knife edge chop. And just dealing damage to the lower leg. Hurricane Ron to takedown and the pin, but only 1 count. And now Mitsuru with a takedown leg or ankle lock. Looking for the submission. Referee calling for a rope break. So Mitsuru just dealing damage to that ankle in another way. Pin attempt, there's 1, there's 2. Kasumi kicks out. Mitsuru with an Irish whip, diving underneath. Jumping over the top. Rolling neckbreaker. And a pin attempt. There's 1. There's 2. Kasumi kicks out. Kasumi rolling out of the ring, looking to catch her breath. Mitsuru heading up top, looking for an elbow drop, but Kasumi rolling out of the way just in time. I think that was more luck than skill. As Mitsuru with the reversal, Kasumi rolling out of the way. Kasumi sending Mitsuru for a run, barely avoiding the ring post. And they're both back into the ring. Kasumi looking for a Hurricane Rana, but the referee kind of pushing her away. And Kasumi has to deal with the grapple, so she elbows out, sending Mitsuru for an Irish whip, diving underneath, jumping over the top, Hurricane Rana takedown. And the pin attempt, there's 1. Mitsuru kicks out. Kasumi with a kick combo. Snap mirror. Into a 12-6 elbow to the crown, forcing Mitsuru back up to her feet. Clothesline. And again, Mitsuru catching the kick. Kasumi tripping her. There we go, pin attempt, there's 1, there's 2. Mitsuru kicks out. Mitsuru sending Kasumi into the corner. Uppercut, punch to the spine, and again, ankle lock. Kasumi's been really good in the submission defense. And that continues. Remember, she's only been forced to tap out once. There's a rolling DDT. She's only been forced to tap out once in her 2 years in JWE, and that is thanks to Tifa Lockhart's standing shooting star press into the pin. There's 1. Mitsuru kicks out. Kasumi with a $1 million stunner and the pin. There's 1. I know it's a Stung Dog Millionaire. There's 2 in Kasumi. While I was correcting myself, gets to 3.
Here is your winner.
Put Makoto, Kasumi, and or Mitsuru in the ring together, and you really have no idea who's going to win. That is what makes this championship division so fun to watch. You have no idea who's going to come out on top during any championship match. It's anyone's game. And now for a matchup between two tag team members. Or, I mean, they're not partners. They're from two different tag teams. Introducing first, it is one half of your women's tag team champions. It is representing your champion Mech Femmes, Sharla. In a rare singles match. But we decided, you know what, why not? And her opponent, representing the Gestalt sisters, it is Popola. And I wonder if she's just not used to walking out to the ring on her own. Because she's looking a little bit, shall I say, robotic? If you know, you know. Referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle. Popola immediately... Yeah, that is Popola. Immediately with the offense against Sharla. I literally just... Whatever. Popola with an elbow drop. And actually backstage there is a little bit of rumbling that that another tag team might disband soon. They haven't been doing well, and well, one of the tag team members is considering taking her skills over to the singles division. It's just rumors right now. There's nothing official. But it's only rumors at the moment. Popola with a kick to the back of the head. Sharla trying to get back up to her feet, rolling out of the way of the kick, but here comes Popola. Sending Sharla into the corner. Kicks to the chest, kicks to the jaw. And Sharla rolling out of the ring, Popola meeting her. And immediately with a snake bite. Sharla forcing Popola back up to her feet, tossing her back inside the ring. And now both women just exchanging fisticuffs. A little bit early on in the match. And Popola winning the exchange, going for the pin. There's only one count. Popola sending Sharla back up to her feet. But Sharla stepping out of the way of the kick. Popola again on the offense. Sending Sharla head first into the mat. Popola with an Irish whip. High running big boot. Here's the pin. There's one. There's two. And Sharla kicks out. certainly don't want to make it 2 matches in a row where the Mech Femmes compete in singles matches and lose. Remember last week it was Makoto versus Tifa. But Sharla doesn't even look to be in the passenger seat right now. She looks to be in the trunk. Like, not even in the cabin. As Popola is the one orchestrating this match. Sharla taking her time, trying to catch her breath on the outside, but Popola making her run out of time, but Sharla rolling out of the way of the crossbody, unable to get the grapple, though, as Popola sends her back inside the ring. Double rake to the spine. Popola with a snap mirror. And just pulling on both arms. And going for the cover. There's 1. There's 2, and Sharla forces out. Popola not happy with the count speed. Popola heading up top. Looking for the elbow drop, but Sharla rolling out of the way. She's pretty good at reversing aerial maneuvers. Sharla is. Handstand double knees to the stomach. And now Sharla hyping up the crowd as Popola gets back up to her feet. But Sharla taking her with a pendulum backbreaker. Headlock applied, and Popola immediately fights out. Irish whip sending Sharla for a run. Pop up. Right hook. And now, low altitude kick to the jaw. But Sharla once again rolling out of the way of the punch. And now Sharla the one sending Popola for an Irish whip. There's a back body drop into the pin attempt. There's 1. Popola again kicks out. Sharla with the double knees. Headlock applied. Just cranking on the neck. I mean, Sharla is a doctor. She probably can do that and make it feel good. And now Sharla, snap DDT. And the pin. There's 1. There's 2. And Popola gets her shoulder up just before 3. Sharla climbing up top. Crossbody. Into the pin attempt. There's 1. There's 2. And Popola does not kick out. And Sharla making up for the sins of Tifa last week.
Here is your winner,
I mean, Popola, she still showed that she is absolutely in contention for the championship belt. It's just, well, maybe she needs her sister's help. And now for a penultimate matchup of the evening. Introducing first, it is your men's cruiserweight champion and your undefeated on the year champion, It is Goro Akechi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 145 pounds, the men's undefeated Impact Cruiserweight Champion, Gordon Alexis.
And his opponent. It is the ultimate robot. As Akechi just kind of chills in the corner.
Weighing in at 196 pounds, K1B0.
It is K1B0 Kibo. And will Kibo be the one to give Akechi his first loss of the season? It's unlikely, but unlikelier things have happened. And referee rings the bell. Akechi immediately running towards Kibo, who trips him. And a kick to the jaw. Standing shooting star press. And Kibo starting off strong, going for the pin. There's one. Akechi kicks out. Springboard back elbow. Akechi rolling to the outside. Kibo following him. And there's a Russian leg sweep. Into the ground and pounds. Akechi looking for his first little bit of offense this match. Picking up Kibo. Kick to the jaw. And I will say, tonight the men have been very aggressive. Gundham and Leon, Heroes of Chaos and Torna. There's a 6 count as Akechi with an axe kick to the back of the head and rolls back into the ring at the count of 7. And kind of just leaving Kibo along the outside. There's 9. Kibo has just one more second to get back into the ring, and he will not. He gets back up to his feet at 10, but no. Akechi, he knows the rules. He knows that. I mean, if he can keep his opponent out for the 10 count, it's an easy win. Call it cheap, call it cowardly. Akechi would call it tactical. And now for our main event of the evening. Introducing first, it is Senator Stephen Armstrong.
Making his way to the ring from Colorado, weighing in at 500 pounds, the Senator Stephen Armstrong.
And assuming there are no, shenanigans, this should be a good match, especially considering that it is a no DQ match. Or no holds barred. Basically, you can do whatever you want. Just don't murder, and you'll be fine. Oh, and you can only stay outside the ring for another 10 seconds. Are we really going to have 4 count-out matches tonight? I hope not. This match would be, this match deserves a non-count-out finish. Yeah, no, weapons are allowed in this match. And his opponent, representing Torna, it is the original Tornan, Jin. Oh yeah, and our original champion for the year. In his debut match, remember that? Yeah, I remember. Anyway, like I said, it's Jin.
At 25 pounds, Jin.
And referee rings bell. Armstrong immediately with a knee, walking Jin to the northern ropes. And just wrapping the arm around the top rope. And an Irish whip. Scoop over the shoulder, but Jin with the reversal. Armstrong pushing him down. Elbow drop connects Jin. Trying to get up to his feet. But can't, but no. Never mind, he was playing possum a little bit with that reversal. Armstrong setting Jin up on the ropes, but Jin with the reversal. Armstrong with the reversal right back. Continuing the offense, there's a kick, there's a big boot right to the jaw. Here's a pin attempt, but Jin kicks out before the 1 count. Jin with the reversal, sending Armstrong into the corner. There's a clothesline. Punches to the spine, and Jin with a guillotine headlock. But Armstrong fighting out. Picking Jin up over the shoulders and sending him face first into the into the top turnbuckle. Now Armstrong heading underneath the ring, looking for a baseball bat, but Jin punching it out of his hands. And there's a scoop slam along the outside. Jin again with the reversal, tossing Armstrong into the barricade. Armstrong rolling out of the way. There's a trip. Referee trying to get them back inside the ring. And Jin elbowing out. There's 5. Jin heads back inside the ring. Armstrong has no other option but to comply. Headlock, but Jin fighting out yet again. And a face buster. Jin sending Armstrong down. Stomping on the hand. And again. Jin meandering around, headbutt sending Armstrong into the corner, but Armstrong pulling himself away. So Jin forcing him into the corner. Setting him up top, setting him up for something big. Top rope avalanche neck breaker. Pin attempt, there's 1, there's 2, and Armstrong kicks out. Jin rolling underneath, rolling out to the outside, picking up a kendo stick. A classic weapon for a classic man. And a clothesline trying to send Armstrong to the outside, but Armstrong ducking underneath instead, sending Jin to the outside. Picking up a kendo stick, trying to knock him off the apron with it, but Jin just kind of walking right past it. Knee to the face. That was a pretty damn good sell from Armstrong. And now Jin in the corner, lining up the spear, but Armstrong gets his knee up. Now Armstrong forcing Jin up over the shoulders with that deadlift military press. And now over the shoulders. Backbreaker, and now Armstrong. Is he looking for the collective unconscious? Yes, he is. Pin attempt, there's 1, there's 2, and Jin kicks out. And now Armstrong picking up Jin. Setting him up for the power bomb. And another pin attempt. There's 1, there's 2, and Armstrong, no! Jin kicks out. Armstrong now with a steel chair. Jin underneath the ring with another kendo stick, but Armstrong bashing Jin over the head with the steel chair. Now looking for the stomach. Jin rolling out of the way. There's a 3 count. Sorry, just had to do something really quick. Jin with the elbows to the spine. Sending Armstrong into the corner. There's a corner spear. But Armstrong with the reversal. Guillotine facebuster. Armstrong to the top rope. Staring down Jin. And jumping down. Another trip, and here's the kendo stick. Bashing Jin over the back of the head with it, breaking the kendo stick over the back of his head. Jin rolling out of the way of the stomp. And now Armstrong looking underneath the ring, picking up a sledgehammer. Trapping the arm, stomping on the hand. And now Armstrong to the top rope. Will he tease us again, or will he actually go for the dive? There's an elbow drop. Forcing Jin back up to his feet. Looking for another collective unconscious. And the pin attempt, there's 1, there's 2, and Jin is not going to kick out. And your winner, it is Senator Armstrong. And with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight, and hope to see you in just over 2 weeks' time for the Elimination Chamber. But until then, we are signing out from Superior, Wisconsin. See ya.